What up, YouTube? PokeDev here with you. Hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. Went to our first pre-release ever yesterday for Mega Evolutions. I'm going to explain what a pre-release is. It's basically where you get to open the packs early. It is a one-turn tournament, so you go up against an opponent, and then after that, done with the first round, go up against another one. Done with that. Then after that, you go up against your last one. 3 rounds. I went 2-1 with my deck, but you're going to get a build and battle box. It comes with 4 packs and a pre-constructed deck of 40 cards. You can build around that deck, but only using the packs that you open from the build and battle kit. So, I'm going to go into this. I've already opened the packs, of course, but I will show everything that I got. We'll first show some of the cards that we got, and then I will go over my deck that I built, which I did go 2-1. So the first card in here, we got Rusty Ruins. Whenever any player puts a basic non-darkness Pokemon onto their bench, during their turn, place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So if you and your opponent are both playing non-darkness types, you put 2 damage counters on your Pokemon. Got a reverse Sizzlipede, Klotzer, the ability fall back to reload once during your turn. When this Pokemon moves from the active spot to your bench, you may use this ability. Attach up to 2 basic water energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon. And then the attack for 3 water energy, Aqua Launcher for 210 damage. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. Reverse Vulpix. Houndstone. And for 1 psychic energy, Horrifying Bite. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals those cards and shuffles them into their deck. And then for 2 psychic and a colorless, Hammer In for 130 damage. Shuckle. I was going to use this in my deck that I built, but decided not to. But the ability Fermented Juice. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any grass energy attached, you may use this ability. Heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. Got Nacli, Nincada, Fearow. For 1 colorless energy, Repeating Drill for 30 times. Flip 5 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. So if you get 5 heads, it's 180 damage, I believe. Makuhita. They didn't really change the energies that much. And then these are the new code cards. So they're going to have Pikachu on the back. But of course, the code cards do not work yet until the set is released on September 26th. Greavard. The reverse holo patterns, I kind of like them a little bit better now. Nickit. Solrock. You got Cosmic Beam for 1 fighting energy. If you don't have Lunatone on your bench, this attack does nothing. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance. Iron Defenders, some new item cards. During your opponent's next turn, all of your metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon after applying weakness and resistance. This includes new Pokemon that come into play. So this would be good if you're playing, say, Steven's Metagross EX. Or Goldengo. Crawdaunt. Basically for 2 darkness and a colorless. Cutting Riposte. 130 damage. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this attack can be used for 1 darkness energy. Abra. Teleportation attack for 10. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Helioptile and any Yukimori fans. For 1 colorless, double scratch, flip 2 coins. This attack does 10 damage for each heads. Beware. So for 3 colorless, Hyper Lariat, 100 plus, flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, this attack does 100 more damage. Electric Energy, reverse spoink, triple spin, flip 3 coins. This attack does 10 damage for each heads. They also brought reprinted Energy Switch. Yveltal, for 1 darkness, clutch does 20 damage during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon can't retreat. For 2 darkness and a colorless, Dark Feather for 110. Premium Power Pro. This reminds me kind of like a Powerade or Gatorade bottle. During this turn, attacks used by your fighting Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if you guys got a fighting deck, this would be perfect. Goldengo. For 1 colorless, all you can grab. Flip a coin until you get tails. Search your deck for a number of cards up to the number of heads and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And then for 1 metal and 2 colorless, speed attack for 100. And also they included in the 40 card deck some cards from Twilight Masquerade, Festival Grounds, Drayton, a couple more code cards. I do like the design of them now. Again, the code cards will not work. So they also include the trainer tips. So Meganium helps your Pokemon power up with its wild growth ability, which makes each basic grass energy card you have in play provide double. This lets it use Solar Beam with just 2 energy cards attached. Use Celebi's Traverse Time attack to search for entire evolution chains. Force of Vitality to quickly evolve your grass types or Festival Grounds to recover from all special conditions like Frostmoth, making your Pokemon fall asleep. There's the back of it. Executor. Guard Press for 1 grass energy. 30 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. And then for 3 colorless, Stomping Wood. 60 plus, this attack does 30 more damage for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. Execute, jam-packed for 1 colorless. Search your deck for a basic grass energy card and attach it to this Pokemon and shuffle your deck. Corphish, Vice Grip for 10. And Takedown 30. This Pokemon also does 10 damage to itself. Heliolisk, Dazzle Blast for 20. That your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And then for an electric energy and a colorless, Headbolt for 70. Energy Switch again. Shroodle. Psychic Energy. Dialga for 1 metal. You got Beam for 30. And then for 2 metal and a colorless, Chrono Burst. 80 plus. You may shuffle all energy attached to this Pokemon into your decks and have this attack do 80 more damage. Jinx. Got Psychic for 2 psychic energies, 30 plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Drizzly, Double Stab for 1 water energy, 30 times, flip 2 coins. The attack does 30 damage for each heads. Surfing Beach. So if you have a water deck, once during each player's turn, that player may switch their active water Pokemon with one of their bench water Pokemon. Chi-Yu, 1 fire energy, Scorching Earth for 40. If your opponent has a stadium in play, discard it. If you do, your opponent can't take any stadium cards, or can't play any stadium cards from their hand during their next turn. Tangrowth, You got Absorb for 1 grass and 1 colorless, 30 damage, heal 30 from this Pokemon. And then for 2 grass and 2 colorless, Pumped Up Whip for 120 plus. This does a pretty good attack. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached in addition to this attack, this card, or this attack does 140 more damage. So that's 280 damage from Tangrowth. Got Yungoos. Collect for 1 colorless, draw a card, and then Gnaw for 20. Scorbunny. Wild Kick for 30 for a colorless energy. Drizzly. And then our only decent pull, let me fix up my stack real quick. Those are the basically the main cards we got. And someone did pull the Gold Gardevoir EX from the tournament last night, which I thought that was pretty cool. Wish it would have been me, but I don't have that kind of luck. And then after the tournament is over, everyone does get extra packs to open for your prize on top of the prize packs. But our only pull from the Build and Battle box, we did get the Mega Gardevoir EX. I know some people are looking forward to this card. So for 1 Psychic Energy, Overflowing Wishes, for each of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for a basic Psychic Energy card and attach it to that Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. And then for 1 Psychic Energy, Mega Symphonia, 50 times. This attack does 50 damage for each Psychic Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So this may be a better one to use than Gardevoir EX from Scarlet Violet base. We'll have to wait and see. But 360 HP for Mega Gardevoir, that is pretty good. But now there's a new rule. When your Mega Pokemon EX is knocked out, your opponent takes 3 prize cards. So, kind of like the Pokemon VMAX, your opponent's going to take 3 prize cards instead of 2. Okay, so the deck we played last night, we did get the Meganium. So what I'm going to do is show off what we did. So we did get, again, Meganium. This is what it looks like. So the Wild Growth, each basic grass energy attached to all of your Pokemon provides double grass energy. The effect of Wild Growth doesn't stack, so if you have grass energy already attached to Meganium, just for 2, you can attack with Solar Beam for 140. So again, I did go 2 and 1, so I lost to an opponent that did the Alakazam. I can't remember what the ability on oh yeah, the ability was you can draw 3 cards with Alakazam. So this is my first lineup. 3 copies of Chikorita, 2 copies of Bayleaf, and 2 copies of Meganium. And then our supporting Pokemon, we do have the Executor, the Delmise, and the Delmise, Earth and Power for grass and colorless, 30 plus. If you have a Stadium in play, this attack does 50 more damage. So I want to make sure you have a Stadium in play. Of course, we also had Tangela. I did run 2 copies of Celebi, Traverse Time. Search your deck for up to 3 in any combination of grass Pokemon and Stadium cards. reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Solar Cutter does 30 damage. And of course the Execute. And the Tangrowth. So our supporting Pokemon were Execute, Executor, Delmise, 2 copies of Celebi, Tangela, and Tangrowth. We also used Bug Catching Set. This is from Twilight Masquerade. Lacey. And we did get Force of Vitality. Each player's grass Pokemon can evolve into grass Pokemon during the turn they play those Pokemon, except during their first turn. Buddy Buddy Poffin, we all know that one. Another Bug Catching Set. And this one is also a good one too. This is, I think, kind of like a new and improved Iono. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. If you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, draw 8 cards. Now with the pre-release, you are going to get 4 prize cards instead of the full-on 6 because you're running a 40-card deck. Rare Candy. Brock Scouting. Lana's Aid. This will come in perfect. Drayton. Didn't have to use too much of him. Another Lily's Determination. And then Air Balloon, which that comes in from Black Bolt. And then the total amount of energy we used. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 energies. So since you got a bunch of grass, you want to be able to stock up on that. Again, that's my lineup, so if you guys want to screenshot what I was running, you're more than welcome to do that. So, we got Chikorita, 3 copies, Bayleaf, 2 copies, Meganium, 2 copies, Execute, Executor, Delmise, 2 copies of Celebi, Tangela, Tangrowth, Air Balloon, Lily, Drayton, Lana, Brock, Rare Candy, Lily, Bug Catching Set, Buddy Buddy Poffin, Force of Vitality, Lacey, Bug Catching Set, and then 14 Grass Energy. So, that's my deck that I ran at pre-release last night. It did come in handy, even though I went 2 and 1. I've already opened the packs, but I will show you guys what we got. So Prize Pack Series 7, they do give out these. So we got a stamped Badoo, Regigigas, Frostlass, Hollow Foil Power Glass, the Hollow Grass Energy, regular Water Energy. So again, cost me $30 to register because I did it in advance. Okay, so these are the cards from some of the first packs. So this is the Alakazam. The ability Psychic Draw. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may use this ability to draw 3 cards. Powerful hand. This one really kind of bugged me. 1 psychic energy. Place 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each card in your hand. And my opponent had like Lord knows how much and basically was able to knock out my Pokemon. Sandshrew, Solrock. I mean, I do like the reverse hollow patterns. Chi-Yu, another Tangrowth, Premium Power Pro, Miltank, Mantine, and then basic Psychic Energy on that one. So again, I did open all these packs. I was too excited. Yveltal, Shedinja. So the ability on this one, Fragile Husk. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon EX, your opponent can't take any prize cards for it. So for 1 Psychic Energy, damage beat 20 times. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Nuzleaf, Centiskorch, Ninjask, Cast Off Shell. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may use this ability. Search your deck for a Shedinja and put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Kadabra, same ability, except draw 2 cards. Chikorita again, Nacli, Grafaiai. I do like this Pachirisu, so if anyone's like running any electric types, this one, it might be a good one. So for 1 electric energy, Electrified and Scissors. 10 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, whenever they attach an energy card from their hand to the defending Pokemon, place 8 damage counters on that Pokemon. So if you guys are running an electric type deck, say like Miraidon or anything like that, I'd be including this card in there. You know, the energies on these, you know, kind of like them, but nowhere near as cool as all the other ones we've had. So they do hand out three basically extra prize packs and a regular Pokemon prize pack. So we did get another Pachirisu, so I might include this in an electric deck that I'm working on. Mantine. Did get a Bulbasaur, just didn't get a Venusaur. But if I get a Venusaur, we are going to be making a Mega Venusaur EX deck and including it with the Venusaur EX from 151. So basically, Bulbasaur's attack, Bind Down for 1 grass energy, it does 10 damage. During the opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Got a Klotzer again. Pyroar, Intimidating Fang. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spots, attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon do 30 less damage. And then for 1 fire and 2 colorless, Searing Flame for 70. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Nickit, Iron Defender, Magnezone. So for 1 electric energy, Upper Spark, 50 plus. If this is Pokemon evolved from Magneton during this turn, this attack does 120 more damage. Flashing Bolt, for 2 electric energy, 160 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Flashing Bolt. Crawdaunt, Greavard. So we didn't really get any big hits, but I did have fun. It was pretty cool pulling that Mega Alakazam or Mega Gardevoir EX. I don't know why I said Alakazam. But yeah. So basically 40 card deck. You can work around it using your packs that you get in the Build and Battle box. Each round is 30 minutes. So be sure to check out your guys' local card shops, see if they're running any pre-releases. And it is a lot of fun. So be sure to like, turn on all notifications, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. This is PokeDev. Catch you on the next one.